Hello everyone, I'm Yubar Reingok, and welcome to another episode of Yubar Talks. This is where I talk about something while gameplay runs in the background. So it isn't just black screen of me talking, because that would be boring as shit. And today I'm talking about Fallout 4. So what better game to be playing than, well, Fallout 4. So the game has been out for a while now, and mods for the PC are already flowing out like the Hoover Dam just broke. Although it didn't in Fallout New Vegas. But I digress. Forget that. Anyways, we're all looking forward to some of our favorite modders to bring their expertise back for Fallout 4. Millennia and their amazing gun mods, Fook and their gameplay mods, as well as Project Nevada. Although, would they rename it to Project Massachusetts now? Project Commonwealth? Well. But yeah, we want them to come back and make the mods we love for the game we love. But I'm going to list a few more I've found and absolutely loved in here as well as a couple I'd like to see. The first is Shogo Industries. For those unfamiliar, the mod was in Fallout New Vegas. It opened a shop and had a ton of new weapons and other things that would be absolutely beautiful here in the Commonwealth, as well as, well, practical now. Shogo Industries was a Japanese-themed mod. After finding and entering the shop, you were able to buy a whole new assortment of weapons and armor. The power armor is themed after the samurai and ninja, and were cool as hell. There were brand new weapons as well, and even ammo types. You haven't lived until you fire 20mm rounds at Deathclaws for kicks. It's kind of like how you haven't lived until you've used a junk jet to fire a teddy bear at someone that took their head clean off. However, there was one other thing you could use with Shogo Industries. You can plant turrets and use them in battle. I mean, come on, that's amazing. And to bring that to the Commonwealth, I mean, yeah. But even if we don't get the plantable turrets, I'd love the power armor and the weapons again. Seriously, Japanese-themed power armor and weapons. Powered katanas, laser naginatas. Just please, give me this. Now, preferably. Now, okay, we're gonna get some body mods as well. We all know it. But I want one that lets you basically turn your character into an anime character. Super spiky hair, stuff like that. And from there, I guess we need to add some weapons and stuff too. Cloud and Auron sword, Squall's gunblade, the Keyblade. I mean, I know it'll come, but can we just make like a Square Onyx character, weapon, and armor super pack? Like all of them in one, and then all of the stuff in there can be upgraded even further, and maybe some cosmetic stuff, like you can change the look of the weapons, like I want a gunblade that can be gold now, or I want it to look like it's in its final form, like it did in Dissidia when you power it up, or you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, I can take the Tidus' sword, and I can apply all the different looks that it had in Final Fantasy X to it, and pick my favorite, and have that be the look. And then I can power it up however, you know, it can have this, this, and this, and I can, at some point, I hope they do that legendary mod where you can apply legendary status to it, and whatever the perk is for it, you know, because that's a freaking awesome mod, and I hope that makes it over to PS4 as well. But anyways, all of the characters' various outfits and stuff, you know, even the Dissidia ones, I want to see those, and you can upgrade your outfit like you can in the other games. Yeah, so if you didn't know, if you go along with the railroad for a bit, do some missions, and help Tinker Tom, you'll eventually learn how to armor certain outfits. Like the Courser outfit, you can upgrade the armor on it. You can apply armor to the red dress or some suits, stuff like that. Even like, the characters, like your companions' outfits. You can take their outfit and then armor it and then give it back to them, and they can wear their original outfit, but now it's armored and they're more buffed up. So yeah, that's something to do with the outfits here, but I just think that would be a really cool mod to have, and be able to do all that kind of stuff. I think that would be really cool. You can mix all those different mods, like the Legend, like I said, and that would be really cool. Now, while I could jump to the modern weapons and adding them in, I think Millennia will already have that covered. Let's face it, the man's a genius when it comes to that. So instead, I'm going to ask for a mod or a DLC. Bethesda, you listening here? Come on, you listening? That brings back the familiar weapons we all used back in the previous 2 Fallouts, like the Chinese assault rifle, otherwise known as the AK-47. From Fallout 3, the laser RCW, which was basically a Tommy gun that fired lasers, and a bunch of the other weapons we loved from the previous games in their DLCs, so like the Yao Guai Fist from New Vegas and the Zion DLC, the holographic rifle from Dead Money from New Vegas, the Infiltrator from Fallout 3's The Pit DLC, all of those, the Tesla cannon from frickin' Fallout 3's Broken Steel. Like, all of these, and I mean, we love them for a reason. Let's bring them back again here, please. I already know that there was going to be a Vault 22 and a Vault 101 outfit in the game that got cut. So, it's obvious that they had an idea to, have some of this old stuff in there again, but they didn't want, references, though. But I want to, bring back all the weapons, because we only have, a certain amount. And I get, the pipe weapons, it makes sense for this, but come on, we have so many other weapons in here. Let's bring a bunch of these old ones back that we all loved and enjoyed. Now I'll jump into the companion mods, or DLCs, or both, whichever, the company decides to come out with, or the players make, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, for those who don't already know, Madison Lee from Fallout 3 comes back again in this game and can play a major role depending on where you go in this game. For those of you who don't know who Madison Lee is, go back and play Fallout 3. You'll find her eventually. Anyway, we've already established the game takes place at least 10 years after the events of Fallout 3. Now, I don't know how long after the events of New Vegas it happens, but that gets figured out at some point. So, can we not see some of the other old companions from any of the old games making an appearance here, or even the ones we wanted as companions? Excusing Fallout 1 and 2, mostly because I don't know them and I've never played them, I'm looking at the companions from Fallout 3 and New Vegas. We have the Brotherhood here, so why not bring Paladin Leon in as a companion? Because, let's face it, she was a badass back then. Why can't we have her here? That would be really cool to see how she's progressed in the 10 years since then. Or everyone's favorite Brotherhood helper from New Vegas, Veronica, and her amazing power fist to screw you up. I mean, come on, that'd be awesome. I love Veronica. She was my constant in that. It was awesome. And what about Boom from the NCR? Well, he wasn't really NCR. But let's not forget Eddie. No one can forget someone as awesome as Eddie. We all want Eddie back. That little iBot was awesome, especially after all the upgrades you can get from the Divide. And then there's the other possible companions from that DLC alone, like Ulysses. Seriously, the man wandered the Divide. I mean, okay, picture it like this. After the events of New Vegas, what if he left to see what else happened? Or what else was going on in the world? He continued to wander, and then eventually he heads into the Commonwealth, and he runs into the Sole Survivor. I mean, come on, think about it. Ulysses as a companion would be badass as hell. And why haven't I jumped into the Deathclaw companion? Well, And that's because someone already made that on PC, so I just figure it's a matter of time till it reaches the PS4. Okay, now on to DLCs I'd like to see from Bethesda. I know my chances of them listening is about as good as any gamer's chance to get their own personal harem of all the hottest video game girls in real life right now, but I do want to say something anyways. So, okay. So I have every confidence that Bethesda will put out stuff that will be fun and exciting still. But I want to know if it'll keep to the story like it did in New Vegas. And let me go ahead and just go through the whole example. In Fallout 3, all the DLCs were an adventure outside the rest of the Capital Wasteland. Operation Anchorage had you participate in a simulation that took you back to the days of the war before the bombs fell in Anchorage, Alaska. The Pit took us to Pittsburgh's slave-run hellhole. Mothership Zeta was the most fun of the DLCs from there because it took us from Earth into space and we fought aliens on their ship and stole their weapons and made some new ones. Point Lookout took us to the coast to fight backwards inbred hordes. Broken Steel was the only one that kept us in the game, but it was really more of an extension of the game because players weren't that happy that it just up and ended after you concluded the main storyline. So there was that, but it did have some cool stuff in there. New Vegas' DLCs were totally different though. All of them, every single one was tied to what was happening in New Vegas and each other. Some were simply, through characters, others were by chance, but they were all connected in a way. And they were all just inevitably connected to the final DLC, The Divide. Zion Cannon was connected because one of the people you fight alongside in it, Joshua Graham, was Caesar's Legion's best general. And I think he also met with Ulysses at some point. Yeah, he and Ulysses knew each other. Also, Bethesda, please. Or any modder out there. But no, actually no. Screw that. Bethesda. Because you guys can get the voice actor again. Please make Joshua Graham a companion in Fallout 4. Same voice actor and everything. That would be so freaking awesome. I loved him in that game. He's the only character who, even on multiple playthroughs of that freaking DLC, when I was going through other characters and replaying and going with this side or this side, I never skipped any of his dialogue. He was just that cool. Please bring him back again, and please make him a companion. Okay, anyways, back on topic. Then there was Dead Money in the Sierra Madre Casino. I love that DLC's concept. Survival weapons scrapped together with knives and gas canisters, and that holographic rifle was OP as hell. I loved that gun. It was my favorite energy weapon in the entire game. If I ever got an energy weapon, I was getting the holographic rifle because that was just so fun and so cool. And the main antagonist, Father Elijah, was tied to Ulysses and to Veronica and the Brotherhood. Then there is Big Mountain, or the Big Empty. This is bar none my favorite DLC in any of the Fallouts and, well, a lot of other games as well. I mean, that whole thing is just hilarious, fun, and awesome. I could replay that thing, the entire thing, and do everything in it, visit every place, and do all that 20 times and never get bored. And I actually have. I have done that 20 times at least. And I could do it again, now. I absolutely love everything about it. The characters are all memorable, the entire thing is fun, and the gear and the gadgets are all amazing. I love the Big Mountain DLC. Oh, and Ulysses and Father Elijah were in the Big Mountain at some point too. That's something else. Also, can we bring the Gunrunners to the Commonwealth? I miss them and all their awesome guns, and how much I could milk them for all their caps when I bring all my stuff that I've hoarded. Just sell it to them. 8,000 caps? Now, bitch. And finally, we have the last DLC from New Vegas that literally brings everything to a head and comes full circle, The Divide. It is the most difficult of them all, and it brings all that you've done and the other DLCs full circle, and even brings into perspective the two factions fighting at the dam, who you can choose between. Things you didn't know about the NCR or Caesar's Legion come to light here. Oh, and you can choose to launch a couple nuclear warheads. I love that kind of power they give you there. Screw the Fat Man and the mini nukes. I'm gonna launch a couple full-blown warheads at these guys. So will the DLCs here follow the same path that New Vegas did? Because now with a fully voiced character, that would be awesome. Everything and everyone was connected in some way, and it was cool. But maybe we could also introduce a fifth option here. And this is an idea I really would love to see as a DLC. I know we have 4 factions to choose from, and the Sole Survivor does lead one of them. But there can't be a fifth option, an option that unites all 4 factions into the betterment of the Commonwealth. Can't that be a DLC? That fifth choice where you can unite them all, you don't have to pick a side? I mean, it would be awesome, because then, you know, I know it would be like the very last DLC, but think about that. Instead of having to choose, you can choose this fifth option, and you can have access to everything. You can still go back to the Institute. You can still be with the Brotherhood. You can still be with the Railroad. You can still be with the Minutemen. You can have all that and all the gear and all the stuff that they offer to you. And I mean, think about it. You can work for all 4 very easily until you get to that Bunker Hill battle. 3 of the factions have a quest that will end relationships with at least one other faction, but the Bunker Hill is the major point where it starts to split. I guess the Minutemen are the only ones excluded from all that, because I did the Brotherhood in my first run through unintentionally, and I still get to run with the Minutemen. But I see where there are chances to get all 2 green work together. It's just those obvious options where it's like, if I could have had a choice to say this or that, or I could think my way out of this, and there's obvious ways that you could have done it, or an even subtle way, but you could see them when you go in there that yes, there are ways. Even the Railroad with the Institute working together. It's complicated, and it would take a ton of work. But if you want that fifth option, if you want to have all of that, then you know that that's what it should be. That you would have to do so much more work just to get that fifth option. It would be complicated. It would be tough. It would push you. Even if you're only on normal, it would push you. And I think that would work for a DLC. But what about other DLCs? And maybe they could have us run back and, you know, meet characters from the previous 2 Fallouts. Honestly though, I just don't know what to ask for as far as DLCs except this. Bethesda has always made them fun, so I guess I'll just have to wait until they eventually put them out. Unless they take us back to Big Mountain again. Yeah, Bethesda? How's that for an idea? Yeah? Yeah? Take us back to Big Mountain? Maybe have another little adventure there? Maybe meet the guys after all that stuff went down, see how things are progressing? Maybe help fix it a little bit more? Maybe go on another adventure? Find even more technology to use? Have some fun there? Maybe find some old technology? You know, the stuff that is on Wanderer and Aquarium? You know, hey, don't what back there? Ever do that? Do that? Yeah. You guys will do that, right? Yeah. As a reminder. Thank you all so much for watching my video. If you liked it and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. You should get updates whenever I do videos. I think that's how it works anyways. If you want to let me know that you actually liked the video, then you can leave a like and a comment. Or just leave a like. Or just leave a comment. Or do both. It's your choice. I'm not telling you how to do things. And feel free to share this on whatever social media you use and obsess over. I don't know, there's so many out there, I don't even keep track. But thank you all so much for... Wow, that was a loud clap. But thank you all so much for watching. Y'all keep on gaming, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out!
Eliminate the threat to your territory. Would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed?
I have on several occasions. 6, actually.
'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.